Earth Day tips for dancers.
So what we try to do is follow the 6 R's. Refuse, reduce, reuse, repair, recycle, rot. Refuse. Ask yourself, is this something I actually need? Reduce. Could I somehow use less of this thing? Reuse. Could you reuse the product or potentially buy a better product that actually is reusable instead of disposable? Repair. Can you repair an item you already have instead of disposing of it or getting a new item? Recycle. If you have the ability to recycle it in your municipality, please do so and know all of the recycling rules. Rot. Ideally, this applies to compost. So if you have access to compost or can start composting in your own home, please do so. Or unfortunately, it means sending items to landfill. The purpose of the R's is to start to evaluate your choices and change your mindset. It can be a slow process, but it just gets you to start thinking about things differently and how you lead your life. The easiest thing dancers can do in their day-to-day life is start to use more reusables. If you already have reusables, fantastic, use those. You don't need new ones. If you are looking for some good reusable products, I'm going to show you the ones Oliver and I like and use.
These are our Yeti thermoses, so you can put coffee, you can put tea, you can put water. Pretty much any liquid will go in it because it's a cup. They're great. I use them a lot when I travel. When we're not in a pandemic, I like to take this, like if I'm in New York, and I'll bring it into a coffee shop and they will fill it up with coffee. These
are what we use generally as water bottles. This is a Thermos brand thermos, and this is a Stanley brand thermos. They're great. I've dropped this one so many times and it has never dented. They hold water cold forever. If you want to put hot liquids in them, they hold hot liquids. This one is actually really cool because it was my dad's. It is 30 years old and it's still in such great condition. This one I think is about 4 or 5 years old, still amazing condition. The great thing is I looked on Mercari and you can get these secondhand in really good condition for very affordable prices, which is great because the most sustainable product you can buy is one that already exists. When it's not a pandemic and we are out and about and need to take food with us for the day, this is some of the stuff I like to take. This is just a simple pasta jar that I cleaned. A coworker gave me this great bento box. If you're someone who uses straws, reusable straws are a great option. If you don't really use straws, don't get them. This is just our regular silverware. Just take it with you. Very, very simple. And then here are some of our reusable napkins. These were all actually my parents' and grandparents. So if you can raid their linen closets, do that. If not, check out Etsy. There's a lot of secondhand options, vintage options, or new options that you could get from small businesses. At the end of the day, if you still have water in your water bottle, don't pour it down the drain. Water is a very precious resource that we are lucky to have very easy access to. Use it. If you're not going to drink it, use it to water your plants. Great tip for dancers is to shop secondhand. My entire outfit is secondhand. This was my mother's, and I got these pants off of Poshmark. Majority of our furniture is secondhand. This is a great way to be more stylish and artistic, to help the planet, and to save some money. Dancers are already pretty good at following some of these tips. Looking back at when I was still dancing full time, dancers would reuse the ribbons and elastics as long as they could. You use jet glue to prolong the life of your point shoes. Dancers share leotards. Dancers sell their leotards and dancewear to other dancers. Or a lot of people, if they weren't using their point shoes anymore, would give them to other dancers who could use them. These are all examples of really great ways to make sure we're using products that we have. Some other great things I think dancers could do is start to carpool to the studio. If you live in a city that doesn't have public transportation, this is a really great way to reduce your carbon footprint. Also, when I was at Ballet Austin, some dancers actually biked to work, which is a great way to warm up before class and to be friendly to the environment.
I think a lot of people get overwhelmed when it comes to the climate crisis and living an eco-friendly lifestyle. Saving the planet is a complicated issue that's going to take a lot of cooperation, money, and time from a large amount of people all over the planet. With issues this big, people are tempted to take a defeatist attitude. I hear all the time that individual actions don't matter, but that could not be further from the truth. Individual actions become collective actions when more people start practicing them. In a capitalist society, consumers are the ones that drive demand. Companies respond to what consumers want. We consumers have a lot more power than we think we do. On top of all those tips, a great way to show support for the planet and the environment is by voting. We need to continue to vote for politicians and political parties that take the issue of the climate crisis seriously and will invest in meaningful infrastructure and change.